Fascinated by the human experience, a Filipino artist searches for a deeper meaning within in her latest body of works. Joining us now from Hong Kong at the Pearlam Galleries is Jana Benitez. Jana, thank you so much for joining us on The Final Word. Share with us, what is the inspiration and influence behind your new body of works?
Hi, Rico. Thank you. Yes, this show is called Wild Silence, and it is about our connection to our intuition. So it's about listening to like our kutub and really staying with the self and using that as a portal to feel more connection with others.
Your works, just taking a look at them, are very timely, and even the themes with increasing social unrest and racial violence, Jana, around the world.
Yes, my interest in violence is more so in looking at the moment before someone creates a violent act. And so really investigating the mechanism of fight, flight, freeze. So when we are in reaction, when we feel threatened or endangered. And so through painting, I'm looking at that moment just before that and how to pause instead of running away, stay, and soften.
And what was it like, Jana? What was it like, Jana, for you working on the pieces of this show?
Well, this show has been over 2 years in process because of COVID and quarantine. So it has been quite a journey, and it's been nice to be able to include many different kinds of painting, quite a vast array of painting. And it's been humbling. It's been really, really fun, and just a lot of gratitude, a lot of excitement to be able to give so much to this exhibit, have so much time to work on it.
Taking a look at the style, the brush strokes, how different is your approach in this new pieces in terms of color, pattern, and texture compared to your last exhibition?
Yeah. I've been working on these themes of embodiment and connection to the figure for a long time. I had a show in Ayala Museum called Life Force Energy, which was again the energy rising up through the body. But now the work is also having a connection with breath, with inhaling and exhaling, and more nuanced sensation in the body. So using the spectrum of different mark making and texture and nuances of the paint itself to explore our inner world and how that connects to how we connect that to everyone else, almost like kapwa, this sense of togetherness and inner self shared with others.
And because of the pandemic, Jana, did it alter the way you approached art?
I believe that the pandemic simplified the sense of purpose and the sense of urgency. Perhaps before that, I was at grad school and I was looking at cultural, artistic discourse and a lot more intellectual themes. And in the pandemic, with so many friends and family really having a hard time, especially in those early days, I really saw the privilege of making art, of making paintings, of finding meaning, and the goal of generating a sense of love or connection or compassion, generosity, and putting that into the world became very urgent, a lot clearer.
And what we're seeing right now, are you painting your works for the exhibition? Is there a favorite work or works that you particularly like, that is your favorite from this exhibition, Wild Silence?
Difficult to say. I mean, the one behind me here, Compass, was 3 years in the making and has kind of many layers. I often like the ones that I'm working on most recently, and difficult to say about an exact favorite.
Well, all of them are your favorites, Jana. All of them. Being an artist,
Sure.
right?
Yes, Rico.
So what does exhibiting at Pearlam Galleries, who is known Asia-wide for promoting global artists, mean for you, your art, and the Filipino artist?
Well, many questions in there. First off, I mean, it's such an honor to be on this show, and it's such an honor to be showing with Pearl. She is a huge inspiration. We met 3 years ago in Bentonville, Arkansas, and we totally hit it off. And I was really inspired by her brilliance, her no-nonsense courage, and just very inspiring to be around a very powerful, free-thinking woman. And so when we chose to work together, it was a real honor. And for the Filipino artist, yeah, I mean, I think it's a really, really exciting moment for the Filipino artists globally. I think that our voices are important and more important than ever. And I'm really happy to be a part of that.
Because you were educated overseas. And I mean, just taking a look at the Filipino art scene here in the country, it is very vibrant, especially among
Yes.
local collectors. Do you think Filipino art in general and Filipino artists have made great strides in the global art platform and for international collectors?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's such a vibrant scene, and the world is getting smaller. The art world is getting more dynamic, more engaged. And as I was saying, our voice is so important. You know, I mean, race is a really important topic that finally the mainstream discourse and canon is really grappling with. And as we know, especially in the West, the rise of the notion of race was largely co-defined through the rise of the notion of empire through the Philippine-American War. And so I think that our perspective and our relationship to the US and our relationship to the rest of the world is long overdue to really kind of come into the international conversation.
Absolutely. There's really a lot of depth in Filipino art due to our history with the Spanish, the Japanese, and the Americans. Thank you so much for joining us on The Final Word, and congratulations on your exhibition in Hong Kong.
Thank you, Rico.
Filipino
Thank you so much.
artist Jana Benitez joining us from the Pearlam Galleries in Hong Kong.